I came across an idea that I had completely forgotten. There is this quote by Bruce Lee where, and I'm paraphrasing here, where he states that he's not scared of the man who has done 10,000 kicks once. He is more afraid of the man who has done one kick 10,000 times. And so it got me thinking that as I develop my ideas, I should take a parallel approach. Hi, welcome to Latino PhD. I am your host, Dr. Adolfo Lara, and in this channel, I share my experiences and realizations to help you with your aspirations. Today, I want to share with you an idea that has completely changed the way I think about knowledge management and how this idea can transform how you organize your thoughts, ideas, and your notes. And that idea is living in the moment. So let's talk about how this concept and this tip has made a huge difference in how I think about thinking. So the idea of living in the moment and how it applies to knowledge management and thinking about thinking and the ideas is that we have to write down the ideas as they come to our mind. Now, I know that your life is busy and fast. My life is busy and fast as well. And a lot of times we just don't pause to jot down our thoughts. And that poses a risk because then we risk forgetting them. And personally, I have been there many times. I have lost so many ideas because I didn't take the moment to pause and capture them. And then I find myself angry at myself for letting such good ideas go. And to be fair, I don't know if they were good ideas to begin with, and I won't ever know because I forgot them, because I didn't write them down, because I did not live in the moment and didn't take the pause to write them down. So a practical tip extending from this idea that has worked for me is just using my cell phone. And I do it in three ways. One, I text myself the idea. Two, I send an audio through the messaging app or through the voice memos feature. And three, I use my phone and an app called Obsidian that I have downloaded to my phone, and I write down the idea there directly. And these are methods and ways that help me to not lose track of my thoughts or my ideas. And the reason I decided to use my phone and integrate my phone as part of this workflow or system is just, it's so easy, right? So my phone is always within an arm's reach. That may be a problem that I need to address and maybe in another video. But it's just a way that I have quick access to be able to write down the ideas. And so a extra bonus or a side benefit of that is that if I am texting myself an idea, that thread is only me, so then all ideas are centralized within that thread. And later in the day when I have more time to actually pause, I am able to look back at those messages and prioritize which ideas I can move forward with. And that usually depends on the topic or the project I find myself working on at that moment. So I am able to carry any related ideas forward. And if there are any ideas that are not related to those topics or that project, then I can kind of leave those ideas behind for the moment. And so the reason I have converged on using my phone as a primary way to keep track of my ideas and thoughts is that I have tried a couple of other methods that were not successful. Number one, I just tried to remember the ideas, keep them in my head as much as I could until I was able to find a moment in the day to write them down. And number two, I would write them down on paper using a pen or pencil. And on the first point, I of course a lot of the times just plainly forgot the ideas. I wasn't able to remember them because other things would come up and those would take priority in my mind, so I just forgot those ideas. So that method did not work. And number two, when I shifted over to writing the ideas on paper with a pen or a pencil, a lot of those times I was in a rush, so I didn't take my time on writing down the ideas. And number one, I would either write the ideas in such a way that they were not legible, given my bad handwriting. Or number two, given that I was in a rush, I would try to summarize potentially complex ideas to a couple of words. And then once I saw those two words later, I could not connect how those two words were even related. And practically, while I was revisiting my text messages in the working of this video, I came across an idea that I had completely forgotten. There is this quote by Bruce Lee where, and I'm paraphrasing here, where he states that he's not scared of the man who has done 10,000 kicks once. He is more afraid of the man who has done one kick 10,000 times. And so it got me thinking that as I develop my ideas, I should take a parallel approach. So if I'm thinking about a topic or a project, one way to think about it is to think about, and there is some exaggeration here, but thinking about 10,000 words related to that topic or that concept. That's one way to do it. Or I can think about one of those words and dedicate some time to think about that word, let's say 10,000 times. Again, an exaggeration, but the idea is there. And as I mentioned, I had completely forgotten that idea until I saw it again in my text message thread. So in conclusion, a tip that has helped me improve and be better at organizing my thoughts and ideas and just my overall knowledge management system has been the idea of living in the moment and coupling that with my phone and writing down the ideas at that moment in my phone to be able to have access to them later. It's just a practical way that has helped me, and I'd rather have it that way because I realize that an idea in front of you is much better than an idea behind you. And with that, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. And if you want a free idea that I went through the time of making time and writing it down, please check out my video on a free idea that you can have to make your first YouTube video. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.